come stricter laws for employers on how to treat employees who are exposed to the coronavirus, as well as more responsibility to prevent outbreaks. ABC 10 News reporter Jared Aarons taking an in-depth look at what's different in 2021 and how the rules give workers more rights.
For most of 2020, rules about what businesses had to do with COVID came from the governor or OSHA or health departments because, as one legal expert told me, the pandemic moved faster than the speed of law. But now in 2021, the legislature has had a chance to catch up, and a lot of those rules and guidelines have become legal statutes.
Employers are having to adapt to a rapidly shifting legal landscape that is trying to keep up with a rapidly shifting pandemic.
Legal expert Dan Eaton says Assembly Bill 685, which became law on January 1st, brings a handful of COVID-related laws employers must follow. Now, if an employee tests positive, employers must notify all workers at the site of the potential exposure, in writing, within a day. They also have to tell workers about all possible benefits available, like paid leave or workers' compensation, and what the company plans to do to clean and sanitize possible infected areas. And employers have 48 hours to notify the health department of any potential outbreaks.
What you see in AB 685 is the legislature coming in and reinforcing and expanding the obligations that Cal OSHA instituted in response to the surge that we saw at the end of last year.
AB 685 also gives OSHA more power to punish companies that don't comply. They can issue citations and fines without a previously required 15-day warning period, and even shut down a business or an area of a business that could expose employees to COVID. Workers also now have more options for staying home and staying safe. In the recent relief bill, Congress extended the Families First Coronavirus Response Act through the end of March. It provides paid leave for people who have to quarantine. Companies who offer it can recoup the cost through payroll tax credits. California also expanded the Family Rights Act. That gives 12 weeks of unpaid leave to workers with no threat of losing their job. Before the expansion, only companies with more than 50 employees were included. Now, it includes any business with more than 5 employees. Business lawyer Arlene Yang with Myers-Nave says it's a dramatic expansion.
It's going to be difficult to try to manage without that one employee, without hiring someone else. But it's really a great benefit to help employees during this time.
And when it comes to vaccinations, 2021 has rules for that as well. The Equal Opportunity Employment Commission says companies can require workers to be vaccinated with 2 exceptions: religious beliefs and health concerns, both of which have to be considered on a case-by-case basis.
The employer is going to have to go through what's called a reasonable accommodation process, an interactive process to determine whether there's some option that may be available to accommodate that employee rather than just firing them.
2021 could bring even more laws for businesses to follow. Experts tell me that the newly installed Democratic-controlled Congress could add more things like expanding unemployment benefits or simply extend a lot of the rules that were put in place over the last year. Jared Aarons, ABC 10 News.
Myers-Nave will hold 2 free webinars this week to go over all these new rules for employers, and we put links on our website, 10news.com.